In this video, I want to show you how to access your documents and the new DocuSign once you've connected your account. So if you haven't connected your DocuSign account or set it up yet in Command, be sure to check out our first video, which I will post the link in the comments below. So I'm going to come to Opportunities, and I'm going to come to any one of my opportunities. So we'll go to Active Listings, and I'm going to come to this listing here. And when I choose Documents, you're going to notice something new. I'm going to have this new button, Go to Transaction. Now today, this is linking me to DocuSign. In the future, you'll also have an option for this to take you to .loop. That way, if you're using either system, you're going to be able to connect to them, access the files, do your e-signature and everything you would in those systems, and then they will link and bring it back here for you to connect the files for compliance. So I'm going to say Go to Transaction. Now, if you haven't logged into this before, it's going to open up a file for you, and in DocuSign, they call it a room. So a room is a place where all your files are going to live, similar to a loop in .loop. So this is the room, and in this room, it auto-populated the address coming over from Command and the name I gave it. Now, under Details, they are working on the fact that it should have brought over a little more detail. However, I can come in here and easily edit the details and make sure I've got all the information so it can pre-populate my documents. Come over to Documents here, and this is where you can add your documents. So I can choose a PDF or a file from my computer and give it signatures. DocuSign forms. Now I am in Florida, so my DocuSign is working on bringing the Florida interactive forms over. And right now, they're telling me I don't have permission yet. So that's on its way over, and that's where we're going to use that. So this is just the way you're going to access it. For this example, I went ahead and added a file from the computer. I added the record of the tax record here. So that way, when I'm in Command, I can actually then sync things together. So there's two components of this. You're going to have DocuSign, which is the ability to fill out forms and have your client sign them. And then you're going to have Compliance, which is going to be under Documents. So your Market Center is going to choose for listings, what are those items that might be required? So here's one that's required, MLS property sheet. I've got required of the property taxes. And then they're requiring a Florida exclusive right of sale listing agreement if I'm doing this as my listing. So you'll see some of these will be required, some will be optional or conditionally required based on year, right? If it's lead-based paint before 1978, those kind of things. So it's just here as a placeholder, and my job is to connect them. So now that I've opened this room first, and I've created a new room with DocuSign, now if I come here to the property tax record, I can add file, and I can either manually add the file here or come to DocuSign, and there is the file that I was working on. So it's just a great way to use those systems, create those forms, get them all e-sign, and then when I click here and assign it, it auto-links that to my checklist for compliance. So it's a little bit of a new process to learn. It works very similar to how .loop learned. You're just going to have to learn new terms, such as a room is a loop, things like that. And this is our ability now to start linking things in and help with it here. And then if I was all done, I can submit that to the MCA, and that's how I will get the documents in for compliance. So that's just getting started with it, how you're going to use this. The big tips are to connect your DocuSign account. I would say watch some videos on DocuSign so you can start learning the terminology of using that service. It will work similar to .loop. They're just going to call things differently. It's kind of like going from a Windows machine to a Mac. Similar, it does the same functionality, yet we call things a little different. It'll work the same way though. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, follow me on KB Connect today.